FCA has been impactful in my life because I think it's hard to find groups of people who are serious about their faith, but then they're also serious about their athletics and their athletic career. They support, encourage, foster, put you in just really good environments to strengthen your faith and also become the best performing athlete that you can be. And because I take both of those aspects of my life so seriously, I'm just so encouraged by being surrounded by like-minded people.
It has been a really cool thing for me just to have another avenue to be able to spread the gospel and to be able to do it with youth has been pretty well amazing. I'm always involved in my church, but being able to be involved with another program that's spreading the word and getting it out to more people, it's just been awesome for me to be able to do.
In 2006, I was a student at Charlestown Middle School, and I was invited to an FCA meeting for the very first time. And through FCA, I heard the gospel clearly explained for the very first time in my life. And for the next 7 years, I went on a journey with FCA as a student, as a camper, and it became transformational, not only in my life, but now in my family's life, because all of us are following Jesus now because of FCA. And we couldn't express our gratitude, our love for the ministry anymore because it impacted us so deeply. And now we're excited to be able to share that with others.
Athletics already has a lot of unifying factors in it because of working as a team, and you often have a group of parents that kind of become all unified around their children as they play. And so athletics can be a tremendous unifier. Well, the Fellowship of Christian Athletes being oriented towards Christians as another unifying factor. And so what it does is it even can create a family or a unity between teams, between sports, between coaches, and really help all the athletes and all the coaches to come together and to grow, which then can have a huge effect on the community in which they're in.
We all need a support system. We all need people who love us, people who will, who we can feel confident about sharing our lives with and support one another. So I think that's an important thing for the Christian community in general. And FCA just happens to be the organization that I'm affiliated with and trying to work through.
Jesus is in the center of all of that. They are reminded that God loves them no matter what, that they are important, that they are unique in their own way with the gifts. You just see victory. That's how I feel Jesus is winning through FCA.
Kids are being led to Jesus not only when they're on the field, when they're at practice, when they're doing the drills, when they're talking to their coaches, but also with their classmates next to them. I think that's such an important aspect, to be able to know that the people sitting next to you in class and the people you're seeing in the hallway are with you at FCA and are walking through the hallways with you. I think that's such an impactful way to see kids come to Jesus and really see the gospel for the first time. The first time I ever heard the gospel presented was through FCA, and I think the for and the resources that they're being given are just such an impactful way to see kids coming to Jesus.
Honestly, it feels really good. I'm not in a relationship with Christ to be rewarded. I think that we are through our faith with Him, but it feels really cool just to be able to see what He does with whatever we bring. I just bring it all to the table, and I try to give Christ my all and see what He does with it. And honestly, it's just really amazing to see friends that didn't know Christ before come to Christ and be able to have really inspiring conversations about Christ. It's just really cool to see the impact that we can have on the world through such a small program that is so much bigger than we could ever imagine and continues to grow more than I would have ever expected.
It's amazing to be a part of FCA, to know that we're not only God's creation, but we're God's children, and that being a part of FCA, there are believers all over the world that are focused in this ministry, and it's just amazing. This generation of kids, I've noticed that when they follow Jesus, they are bringing in their parents, other family members, and I wasn't a believer until my kids was walking with Jesus, and it instilled me to find a church, read the Bible, and that was an amazing part of my life personally, with my kids belonging to FCA.
So knowing that God is using FCA to impact the entire world, but not just my community or my school or even my friend group, is just incredible, because it's nice to know that I have friends that I don't even know across the world in different countries and states and different walks of life than me that are walking the same walk with me.
With FCA, I think focusing in on the coaches and athletes, I always look at it as I think they're seen in a different light by kids, by sometimes adults, and I think they have more of an influence on others. So if they see the athletes really focusing in on Christ and focusing in on FCA, I think it involves them more, and I think it makes them want to come out and be a part of it. It's just definitely a bigger push.
I love the fact that FCA is positioned perfectly to serve the world. Sport is a universal language. I can take a soccer ball, a basketball, almost anywhere in the world and form a relationship with somebody because of that. That gives FCA an incredible opportunity that almost no other ministry in the world has. And we're able to reach coaches and athletes at levels that we've never been able to reach before. How do we see the world transformed? This is how we do it.
The mission of FCA is to lead every coach and athlete.
Every coach and athlete.
Every coach and athlete.
Every coach and athlete.
Into a growing relationship
With Jesus Christ and His church.
With Jesus Christ and His church.
To Jesus Christ and His church.
With Jesus Christ and His church.